Hello, I'm Zach Cardinal, and welcome to my presentation of my vocabulary learning app, WordFly. Meet Lindsay Sterling. She is the persona I've created for this app. She lives in Dallas, Texas. She's 32 years old, and she's a mom. Lindsay wants an easy way to keep up with the growing medical field's new terminologies with both medical words and chemical compounds. And she wants a great way to practice her communication and to assure her patients and colleagues she knows what she's talking about. Lindsay needs to keep up with the constantly evolving and growing medical industry's new drugs. Lindsay needs to have a quick way to reference and review items that she is trying to learn and familiarize herself better with. Lindsay needs to keep her study time fun by playing a game or competing with friends to keep her engaged and wanting to learn every day. Lindsay wants to have the information she is studying available both online and offline. She doesn't want to be stuck if she doesn't have internet access for some reason. Lindsay needs a way to learn and review vocabulary that's fun and fast because there are constantly new drugs and chemicals being released, so she always has something to learn. Lindsay has a busy schedule, and for her, it's hard to choose between spending time at work and spending time with her family, and then studying words on top of that can be difficult. She likes to use apps and technology to help make her life easier as much as possible. She works best when she can be competitive, so she can work either with or against somebody depending on the situation. Lindsay wants to be able to better explain complex drug names and complex medical terminology to her patients so she can sound confident that she knows what she's talking about. For Lindsay, learning is a part of daily life, whether she's at the office, figuring out new products that have just come on the market, or whether she's at home with her 2-year-old son, helping him develop. Here we can see the various prototype wireframe screens I've created for my app with the splash screen when you open the app to the onboard process that tells you what the app is about. We also have the first time login screen shown here, which you can continue as a guest if you're not interested in signing up at this time. And once you've already been to the app, you'll have this default login screen that gives you the ability to, again, sign up if you haven't already, continue as a guest if you don't want to sign up, or use social media to sign up for the app instead. Here we have the home page for the app. We have the option to choose from cards, friends, games, or help if you're not sure what you should choose. Here we see additional screens for the app. We have My Cards, which shows all of your flashcards, as well as the ability to create a new card, search for existing cards, or add a card to a group or category. Here we can see the new card screen, which shows the word in your definition, with the capability to also add an image and context to the card to add additional depth and help make it easier to remember. We can see the screens for those here. Here we have the groups page where you can group your cards into specific groups that will help you study. For example, you may have a specific type of chemical you're trying to learn, or a certain category of drugs you're trying to learn. You can put those all in one group, and you can name it whatever you want. And here, when you click on the group, you'll see all the cards within that group and the option to play that group right from that screen. Here we can see the Friends tab. We can see current games you have going on. Here where your turn, here it's their turn. You also have the ability to choose a random game if you don't have any friends currently playing the app. You can see the leaderboard to see how you stack up against your friends and other online players. And you have the ability to add a friend here with this button. Here we have a friend's profile. So when you click on a friend, you'll see their information, their favorite game, what their rank overall is. If you want to play against them, you can click that here. And also the number of times you've played against them. And if you're not friends anymore, you can delete them. Next, we have the categories page. Here you see the medical, chemical, and science options. These are items that are built into the app and you don't have to do any work to add. They already have image and context options included, and you can choose to play with these if you don't have time to create your own, or you're just looking for more of a general knowledge. Here you can see the example of what a medical group may look like within the category, and here you can see the groups of cards and the cards within that group again. Next we have the game screen, and here we can see we have 4 games to choose from, as well as the most played game and another friends tab. And then once you click on the game, you can see game 1 here. This is what the game looks like. You can play. Now for usability testing. For my testing, I had users test the most commonly used items in the app, as well as testing how well the navigation was laid out between the pages, just to ensure everything's easy to find and make sense. The tasks I chose for my users in this testing were to sign up for a new account, play a game with a friend, create a new flashcard with an image and context, play a game solo, and create a new group. Here we can see how my prototype has advanced through the user testing experience. On the far left, we have very low fidelity initial game menu idea that I had for the app. From there, we moved on to the version which I chose to use for the user testing. However, during user testing, there was a good bit of confusion about what game 1, 2, 3, or 4 was, how they were different. Also, I had some people trying to click on the WordFly button, which was originally intended as a logo, but here it does look like a button, which is understandable. So after the user testing, I decided to go ahead and name all 4 of these games with a different game you'd be playing: Word Fall, Word Shoot, Word Card, and Word Crazy. And I also simplified this screen by getting rid of the back arrow, adding an How to Play button. So if you're not sure what these games are, you can click that and it will tell you. And also a quick high score button so you can check on how you're doing against all your friends, because that's really important to Lindsay. She wants to be winning. Some of the improvements I made and some of the future improvements for the app. Like I said, I made a more concise game page, simplified it, added a How to Play button, which will bring up an onboard so that users can see how each game works and get a feel for it before they just get dumped right into starting the game. I also added the ability to see the progress within the game, so you can see how far along you are in the section of cards you're playing, so you don't just endlessly play until the end, which then you won't know when it's coming. So here we can see this is word 2 out of 10. And I also changed the word which was written as definition here to the actual definition of the word they were guessing. So hopefully it makes a little bit more sense as to what's going on here. I also added the ability to choose words within a game. So when I was testing this with Anna, the third and last person I did this test with, she noticed that when you clicked on the Games tab and were on the new game page, you had the option to play the games, but you didn't know what words would be in the game. And myself and the previous users didn't notice this. So you go to the games, you click a game, and then it just takes you right into it, and you don't know what words you're going to be playing. When I originally designed this, you had the option to select cards and groups within those pages and play straight from that page. However, I didn't link it back to the game. So here you can see I created a new page in this example, the user clicked on WordFall, that game. It'll show your best score, your friend's best score, and give you the option to choose your cards for the game right here. And once that's done, it will bring you back here to the screen and you can click play. And it's as easy as that. So now that I've made some improvements from this first round of user testing, it's time to organize a second round of user testing and focus on the feedback and changes that I've done after the first round. I'm sure there'll be other issues, and I hope there are. That way, I can use their input and experiences during the game and use of the app to continue moving the app forward and develop WordFly. Some of the things I've learned: seeing how other vocabulary apps were structured and laid out at the very beginning really gave me a great sense of things I did and didn't like about those apps and things I wanted and didn't want in my app. After that, creating a user persona really helped keep the focus of the app clear, as well as creating a solid platform to build my app upon. It really helped keep the mind frame of who this app is being designed for. It really helped just move the whole process along. The information architecture aspect was quite confusing in the beginning. However, after I got a handle of it, it really did help develop the user flow and help me see if things were becoming too complicated for the user to get from section to section within the app. The wireframing was very exciting. It was awesome to bring the whole project to life and finally get down all these ideas I've had, and to give me a chance to follow the workflow that I'd previously created and see some of the ideas on paper in front of me. Then, after I had all the things laid out, the user testing brought several issues that I had not even considered on my own, which was a very refreshing way to improve and reevaluate several pages and buttons in the app that I had seen so many times already and didn't even think about being an issue. Well, that's my presentation on my vocabulary learning app, WordFly. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm Zach Cardinal. Have a good day.